this past holiday season in 2019, I was reminded by a very good friend of mine that she had set a challenge for me. A challenge in Minecraft. Now, I didn't necessarily ignore that challenge, but I did kind of just not do it. I just didn't think I could do it. What was the challenge? Simple. Pick a mod pack, generate a world, and play it for exactly 1 year total. I am so out of things to do and it's kind of tired of the gaming industry that I thought, hell, 2020, let's try it. Um, the mod pack that I'm using, damn it, and I did this in the first recording. It is Feed the Beast Ultimate Remastered. If that's not right, there will be a little thing appear on the screen that tells you the actual name. I'm pretty sure that's correct. The reason that I chose that pack and the reason it's kind of significant to me is when I first ventured into non-vanilla modded Minecraft, the pack that we used was Feed the Beast Ultimate. I was playing it with a great group of people that I met in Worm Online, and it was a lot of fun. And so I thought, they put this out, and let's try it again. The other reason for doing that and why I did remastered rather than the original is this is taking place, or it's mounted on Minecraft 1.1.12. Again, if I fucked up the version number, I'll put it on screen or something. And I really don't play modded Minecraft that's anything over version like 1.1.7 or point 0.8. A lot of that has to do with that's the type of mod packs I enjoy, or that's what the mod packs I enjoy are the version they're based on. And really, there's been some things about more recent Minecraft, like the combat system, that I'm not a massive fan of. But for this, I thought, well, you're going to play it for a year. You need a lot of busy work. Let's play with some of the new concepts, some of the new things. One of the things that longtime viewers of my Minecraft videos will enjoy is the fact that there probably won't be a lot of keyboard mashing or a lot of spacebar mashing anyway, because the auto jump is a thing of beauty. So I started this, I think earlier I figured out January 10th, and today is February 10th. And so this is what I've gotten so far. A lot of McGee standard issue box buildings, some other junk. We'll get more into that later. Part of the reason I didn't do some kind of video last month was some of these mods, it's taking me a while to remember how to use them. It's taking me a while to figure out which ones I want to focus on and which ones I don't. Granted, in a 365-day span, there may be some videos you see that involve mods that I didn't even think would play a part sitting here today. So this is my house, for lack of a better term. Again, everything is a work in progress. This is it's chisel. The mod that allowed me to make this into marble was chisel. Obviously, if you're seeing some of the things fly by, I think the original blocks were Railcraft something or other. These are standard Minecraft pumpkins as we walk down here. I kind of like the on the hill thing for my house. You'll see sugar cane. You'll see way over there in the distance some cactus. Because there are some things I like to do manually. You know, I'll just come down here and smack them and, go from there. I got the chicken hut where I collect eggs and occasionally kill chickens for feathers. And I kind of decided to do something a little different with this. I'd never really put chickens in an enclosure. I gave them this option. It's a kind of stupid because then I have to take an axe and knock that fence down to go out there, but I don't worry too much about collecting eggs. You see all the crops. Most of these are Minecraft vanilla stuff, except this corn, and I don't remember what mod pack it comes from. Maybe it is simple corn. This is my shop again for now. Whoops, threw my sword. That Q button, getting me all the time. Modded chests. These are all diamond level chests, which I did in fact mine for all this diamond. And the reason I'm saying that is if you look down here, like if I switch to this reinforced pink slime hammer and reinforced pink slime excavator shovel from Tinker's Construct, I got that out of creative. I do use creative, and I know to some purists that's cheating, and fair enough. You want to think that way? I'm all for it. But there's just some things I'm not going to do. There's specific reasons why I use these Tinker's Construct digging tools or mining tools. I'll show you a bit later. So, but I would say a good 95% or more of this stuff was created by hand. There was no, creative menu shenanigans. A lot of times with me, creative menu is just when I'm in a hurry, or it's just, oh, okay, so that thing requires so many little tiny minor things that are going to take 3 hours. I'm not doing it. And a lot of this stuff does take time. And granted, in a year-long playthrough, if that's what ended up happening here, and I make no promises, you probably should find some time wasters. But there's just some limits I'm not going to. But you can see that I even have signs for them. I'm usually not this organized, but I'm such a hoarder that I have to know where crap is. And this isn't even the full extent of it, but let's go over here real quick. This is the Tinker's Construct Smeltery. I use it a lot now just for making plates. Got a magma crucible, which fuels that thing. This is some forestry machines. These are the two main ones that I can't live without. A pulverizer, which is great. What that does, just real quick, I'll show you. Let's do some copper. It takes a single copper block, and what that's going to do is you see the little timer there. Okay, so that's one copper block, and it'll turn it into two pulverized pieces. So you get double of everything, and then it cooks in this redstone furnace, which is faster. Void chest, another big reason I play modded Minecraft, because the crap you don't want goes in there and it's gone. One thing I am playing with this time around that I haven't used a ton in the past is Yaba barrels. And what's great about Yaba barrels is for dirt, cobblestone, extra farm stuff, this will hold 64 stacks of 64. So that's like 4,000 items. Great for not junking up the place. This is my homage to the Warcraft RTS, not World of Warcraft, the Warcraft RTS barracks. I think I did okay. Hey, it's not a square like that. Again, these farms are more decorative at this point. I'll show you why here in a minute. Got horsey pins. That's the main horse that I ride. It's a secondary horse that I ride. And that's just a horse that, I don't know, he wandered in the barn. I forget. I like horses in Minecraft, but I'm finding I'm not using them a ton. Now, the reason these are mostly decorative, and we'll get to all that stuff behind me here in a second, is I'm working with some automatic or automated farm machinery from, and it'll take a second. It's called industrial foregoing. I guess that's how you say it. I keep saying foraging. But this is a plant gatherer, and over here in the field, we've got the plant sower. You stick all kinds of seeds and crap in there, and you're off and running. It automates it and makes my life easier. I still do enjoy occasionally coming out here and harvesting this stuff. The reason I have so much of it is all these generators, like that one, like right now it's not, yeah, see, it's out. These are called simple culinary generators. Well, they run off of just about every crop you could think of. Crap, it's going to get to nighttime. I'm not timing this out any better than I did last time. So what's going to happen here is a second as I'm going to pause and go up and sleep. But the next thing we'll talk about, and that's where I'll cut it, is let's skip the railroad section for a second. We'll talk about this stuff here in a minute. But let me quickly go back up to my house and sleep for the night so we don't get blown up by a creeper or something, and I'll see you in a minute. And we're back. New day. So day 2 of this video, as it were. This is obviously a standard vanilla Nether Portal. I do have a small base on the other side. I might show you that at some point because I actually came up with something, probably been done by 100 other people, that I at least found clever to deal with some of the mobs on that end. And this, with all the flowers around it, is Twilight Forest Portal. Twilight Forest is a mod. I'm not sure where we're going to adventure in there. Some of those mobs in that forest are a little rough for a solo player. Again, it's February now. Who knows what's going to happen in the course of time. This is some of the mesa blocks. This is something I was totally unfamiliar with. It's a bit gaudy, I guess, and I threw my sword again. I have a lot of problem with that right now. I mostly store Thumbcraft, which is a magic mod in here. Not, again, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I don't know how much Thumbcraft I'm going to be doing because they made a lot of changes that I just don't like. We'll have to wait and see. And then you have the standard vanilla enchanting table, and we'll go back outside. Okay, so the little brick building with wood on top that you see there, that's one of my main rail stations. Now, I was tempted to go with vanilla Minecraft railroads because Railcraft is a bit more complex, in almost too complex for my taste. But we'll go in here and I'll show you what I mean. So basically, you start out with this coke brick oven, and it makes coke coal, which you can use for steel and a bunch of other stuff. The main thing I'm after with that is this creosote as a byproduct, because what that does is it allows you to make these wooden rail beds, which you then combine with these standard rails to make the standard vanilla Minecraft track. So it's a lot more complex than vanilla. This is the machine roller. I'm currently just using the manual one. I don't know if there's any difference between it and the electric one. That makes the rails. It'll make high-speed rails. It'll make all kinds of crap. And so part of the reason I'm putting up with that complexity, oh, you jerks, we'll deal with them in a second, is because in Railcraft you have steam locomotives, and you have tank carts, and you have chunk loaders, and it's a lot of very interesting stuff that I'm hoping to do way more with in the future, but right now I'm struggling to understand some of the core concepts because I'm a goofus. I'm going to switch to my big map. You'll notice I have a mini map here. I do use fast travel waypoints because I'm not going to walk everywhere. I understand that I have a train. I understand I have horses, but sometimes I just want to be able to mark out stuff and go. But anyways, let's move to the big. So this is my original rail junction. If you'll notice the highlighted bit on the map there where my cursor is. If you kind of pan out, all of that is track. That's a junction house. All the red markers. That's another junction house. And then it goes on up here into the snow country. And it goes to someplace we'll probably go last. So, yeah. So there's a lot to be done with that. I do have them all marked, but I didn't want the markers to look like that while we were talking. Nuts. All right. If I can figure out what I'm doing. All right. I need to go to my inventory because I need to do that and do that. And I need to go over here and get this guy. Come here. And, oh, crap. It's not going to go there. So, come here. I don't know why they're so insistent out today. And I'm screwing this all up. Come here. So, I am making an absolute mess out of this. Something I do quite a bit. Come here. You go there. Alright. Everybody stay inside. I'll fix all the rest of that later. So, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a big fence around all my villagers, and in this overtly sensitive era we live in, I'm sure some people would find this cruel and unusual. I actually have a couple, three reasons for doing it. Number one, there's farmer villagers running around here, and I really don't want them harvesting my crops and giving me nothing. Number two, it is easier to keep track of where the zombies are heading so that they don't get killed if I come back at night or whatever, especially with some of the tweaks of mob spawns over the years. Seems like it's gotten a little bit more silly. And number three, these villagers, when you find them in the generated overworld, are dumb to begin with. It seems like the ones you get from spawn eggs are even dumber. Like, I started with 10, and all but one of those died, and so now I think I've got, I don't know, 20 around here. There might be one still in the Nether Fortress, because he got out and I wasn't paying attention, and he went through the Nether Portal. So they've got their own little one-by-one shacks, or little tiny shacks like you find in the overworld. Quickly, I will tell you something I found interesting. I'm sure 1,000 other people already knew. So, when I built this originally, I built that shack that I'm pointing at, that one, and this kind of smithy-looking building, right? The first couple nights, I noticed they would not come in this building. Well, I didn't think about it. I thought they're just being stupid villagers. But this was the only doorway. This other doorway over here that guy's standing in didn't exist. But after about, I don't know, like a literal day, I was like, why won't they go in there? What's their problem? I don't know what their problem is. Something with the AI pathing in villagers. Once I built this door, they use it fine, but they wouldn't use it when that other door was the only one that existed. Quickly, we'll go over here. I always build one of these. I think it looks cool as hell on the mini-map in the top right corner. It looks even cooler on the big map. I love step pyramids. As you can see, there's some more modded blocks down here. It's a little bit overwhelming and washed out at the moment. I'm really had no plan for this. I'm just farting around, like a tomb in the center, I guess. I don't know. And then over here we have some mod trees from forestry. I think it's forestry or industrial craft. Basically, you make yourself a wooden faucet, and then you beat the living hell out of these trees with it, and you get rubber, or raw rubber, that you then turn into rubber to make electrical parts and all kinds of stuff. Sheep, cows, yada yada. I'm spinning in circles. So, this is my basic camp. As you saw in the quick overview of my map, I've got some other places. I may build more bases. We may go into the Nether. Who knows? Part of what I've done this time that I normally don't do, is that a mob back there? And one of the things I don't like about this mini-map thing versus journey map is it doesn't show bad mobs very well. Anyway, tangent, sorry. I decided that since one particular region in this kind of biome setup gives more diamonds and emeralds, so I can trade with the villagers, that I would do something a little different than I normally do. I do a couple different types of mining when I'm using these mod packs, but here, I'll show you. We'll go over. There we go. I'll start. So, and I went the wrong goddamn way. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, this is a really wide, long tunnel. What I was talking about earlier, this is part of the reason why I use Tinker's Construct Hammers. They do 9 blocks versus 1 Minecraft, although that's an enchanted pick, and same with the shovel. But yeah, I basically am just going back and forth on this extreme hills, and I get a lot of diamonds that way. Obviously, you saw the modded blocks of redstone. Oh, hi there, zombie. Oh, shoot. Okay. Twice. One. Bing. There we go. He's gone. Damn it. I don't really want to run. But I do use a specific type of mod device for this. I may change it up a little bit. There's a quarry from Buildcraft. It's what we use in the original mod pack. I've used them for years. Basically, it will dig from surface level, whatever surface level you set, down to bedrock, as big as you want, as long as you can pour the power to it. They've made some power changes over the years, from Minecraft jewels to RF, but other than that, the Buildcraft Quarry is just great. It hoovers up so much materials that a lot of times you're just throwing stuff out because you don't need it anymore. But I do that all the time, and again, this playthrough is a little different, so I kind of thought I'm gonna play with something else and see what happens. Now, my general routine is when I come into a new map and a new pack, I will use this guy that's right up there ahead of the zombie. It's a mining turtle from CC Tweaked, and I think it used to be Computer Craft, just Computer Craft. I'll set him up. I usually have him dig about 60 blocks forward. And in conjunction with using him, I ran past it the first time. Done this a bunch today. I will use what's known as a chunk loader from Chicken Chunks. Basically, if I turn this guy on, show laser. So all of that is kept in and loaded. And so I can set the turtle, leave. I mean, it works the same way with a quarry or anything else. I've got one back at base as well. So, yeah. So that's kind of how I get so many mats. I'm on level 10, from 10 up from bedrock. You run into a little more lava, but you seem to get a little more diamond. So let's go back to base. And we'll take one last look at the place from up above while the zombies attempt to eat the villagers. But yeah, I'm really, 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 really gonna try hard to do this for an entire year. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I was not issued, but it was jokingly said as a challenge, and then I thought I'm gonna finally do it, and who knows? I'm a gamer. I might get bored and wander off and never wander back to it. Obviously, it took me from January 10th till February 10th to even get this much on a video record or a digital record, if you want to call it that. So I don't know. But hopefully, if all goes well, I'll have something for you guys in March. Updating what the heck I've been doing. Till then, see ya.